we start this class, there's a dimension of something that I want to educate us on, right? And it is the 3 dimension of every human being. So like I said, remember, when we started this session, I said we must open our mind, learn, relearn, and unlearn. So we're going to be erasing a lot of things. We're going to be retaking and reviewing a lot of things. And we're going to be learning new things, right? So I'm going to share that. That will form the foundation of personal branding that we're going to be discussing today, right? So there are 3 fundamental parts of every living being. We know this sometimes we share it in church and some other social gatherings that we find ourselves. One is the physical part. So the physical part explains the part that you can see, feel, experience, encounter. Alright? Generally we call it the body. Things that can be seen, felt, touched, experienced, encountered. You know? That's the physical part. I mean, that involves every little part. Like in fact, this is a physical movement, right?
Yes, sir.
But it still doesn't change the fact that it is a physical movement that is transcending the points of our human encounter, right? But it always starts with one before it touches the other, right? Then we have the soul. Now many people don't know the difference between the soul and the spirit. Many people don't know. Many people don't. They think they do, but they don't, right? The soul is a combination of 3 components. Your intellect, your will, and your memory. I recap that. The soul is a combination of 3 components. Your intellect, your will, and your memory. Which is the reason why if I remove Olatunbosun's memory from 2025 to 2005, even with his physical body, it will automatically come in charge. Are we together? So even in the Bible they said, what did they say will stand in judgment? Your soul. It's your soul. Though the guy that will suffer consequences is the spirit, but we can't judge you with your spirit. We can only judge you with the elements that have the archive. You understand? So that's your soul. Then the last one is your spirit. The spirit parts that you know are aspects of our life that is not feasible, that you cannot touch, you can't feel, but it's there. I call it experience beyond nature. That's why people call it supernatural. Beyond nature. Of course we know that. The spiritual controls everything. The base of every human existence is just spiritual. And the base of everything that has occurred and reoccurred and will reoccur is first spiritual. Everything that is built on earth today was first a spiritual encounter before it transfers into the soul, which is intellectual, memory-based, and will-based, before we now see in physical. So before you produce anything, this food, there was a sense in the spirit that said, we can do this. We need to do this. The soul now banked on research, study, archive, check previous work, put this together, the combination of different intellect, the combination of memory lane past work window, then with a combination of your will, that product comes into life. That spiritual formation comes into physical life. So when we say something is physical, it is like the end product. Why am I saying this? This is the foundation of your personal brand. Some of us, we should leave this masterclass with the mindset that I want to understand my spirit. When I walk into the room, which energy do I create? Which voice do I command? Who am I? Who are you actually? Do you know who, when you sleep, who do you think you are? Who is that person that transverse from different realms? If you don't have that understanding, you don't know what's your personal rights. Some of you need to have a sense of your spirit. That's why people say, when people in ministry say, I was called. That encounter is not physical. It's the foundation of a brand. And we are all called, the fact that we are all called to do different things. We are all called to do different ministry. Your ministry may be in business. Your ministry may be in entrepreneurship. Your ministry may be in career. Your ministry may be in public service. But we are all doing ministry and labor. That's why I tell you, it's not compulsory that you have to serve in church or you have to serve in mosques. Yes, it's not compulsory. It's a question of your spirit. Is your spirit telling you, is that my place of service? That is your place of service. Go ahead. But it's not your place of service. Then you are just dwindling, trying to find a voice. Instead of you to be the voice. That's why the theme of this masterclass is become the voice. Not the voice. The voice is copying other person's technique. Be the voice. Because there's only one voice that is like you. And that is you. So some of you need to go and understand that. You walk into his space, they know that this guy, there's something different about this guy. Have you seen people like that? Something I just can't see his aura. I can't put it together. It is not a physical, it's his spirit. And we call it psychologists now packaging, they now call it charisma. There's no psychology. Charisma is aura. It's your spirit. It's called your energy, the energy you bring. This is the foundation of personal branding. I will give you theoretical, it's nice, but I'm telling you, this is it. What aura do you carry? When you walk into a space, what energy do you bring? Some of us, we have our energy is very critical, very analytical. So when you are in the room, and it's not always about talking, some people, when they are in the room, and you come and give a presentation, you have to know what you are saying.
Sure.
No, the person is not talking, the person is sitting down. But when the person walks in, you're like, okay, if I have not done my proper research, delete that presentation. Yeah. That is the person's energy. Our energy analyzes things. Some of us needs to go and do an intense spiritual research of who we are, and that person is your personal brand. That person is your personal brand. You will do it surely, but this is it. And most of the times, you're always trying to ask me, what do you think about me? What you think about you is there, it's visible. So some of us need to go and do deep reflection. This is not spiritual, that's practical. Do some deep reflection. I think one of the portals to accessing your spiritual self is through meditation, because it is not necessarily a psychological thing, right? That's why in religious gathering you see somebody start talking. Before you know, the person starts speaking in unknown tongues. What is happening is your soul is shut down. You know, some of us, what is even dealing with us is our knowledge. You are talking to your source and you are using English language. Say, God, I want you to elevate my transition. Catapult me to further, demonstration of my habitation. You are still limited. If you are really connected in your source, language is nothing. That's why it's called supernatural. You begin to explore. That's why you can't be connected to your source and you are normal. Can't be normal. Can't. That is your personal brand. That is who you are. You got this one as a person. That's the intentional. Yes. Fantastic. But when David walks into the room, what presence does it give to you? You know why? Let me tell you, there are 1001 stylists out there. But that thing that will make that client say, no, I want Bosun for my house. It's not the thing that you know you are doing. It's not the strategy that you did in master class. It's that unique thing. It might just be your detailing. And you are not intentional, so I'm just being me. That's why you hear people say, I'm just being me. I'm being me. Then be you more and be loud about that you. Be loud about it. That being me, you will not be shy. Say, my mom said, my dad said, this thing that I'm doing that is being me, that is causing a lot of problem, there was a beat. If you say, very that man talk to me, he is visible with the talking. You're talking, you are sharing with me. Right? Oh, this person is too analytical, I criticize everything. Somebody is an analyst on YouTube and is getting traction. He will bring a situation, he will break the situation as if he's doing masterclass. I don't know how to get all this talent, I don't know, but the guy is good. He's not there, but he will narrate the story like. So based on my analysis of the conversation of what he said, but you will believe that this guy must be saying the truth. He's not saying the truth, it's just his skill, it's his energy. That is the foundation of the personal brand. So some of you need to go and do intent. Internal, I mean spiritual audit of who am I? Who am I? What energy do I bring to the room? Even when I'm silent, what energy? In fact, I feel energy comes with silence. Most of the times, our real energy comes in silence. When you keep quiet and when people feel this person is around, what atmosphere? Because you carry an energy. We are all forces. That's why we are also omnipresent. Are we not like our maker? And they say our maker is what? You are omnipresent. Do you know what it means to run a company and you are not in the office as the MD and your staffs know what to do when you are not there? Is that not an element of being in the present? They will tell you, when you hear people say, my Oga will not allow me to do this. Your gas force energy is present in that place. That is your personal brand.